Hi, everybody. This is Dan Jaffe. This morning's webinar features our Director of Education, Brian Tedder. Before I turn the floor over to Brian, I want to give you a little bit of background on him. The pictures that you see here in this slide are taken by Brian. Before law school got him, Brian worked for several years as a freelance multimedia journalist in New England. He's currently working on the LawLytics knowledge base, which he's turning into an interactive multimedia experience. And he's transformed a room here at the LawLytics headquarters into a professional video studio. The video that you see on the homepage of the LawLytics.com website, and then also on the page that describes our content management system and our professional writing programs, those were animated by Brian. And he's also an expert at shooting both staged and on-location videos. The purpose of today's webinar is not to make you an expert in shooting videos yourself, or of yourself for that matter. If you take one thing from this webinar, I hope it will be that because videos are so impactful on your clients and potential clients, it's crucial to understand what makes a great video and what might make you look bad or even worse than having no videos at all when you trust the wrong people, make the wrong decisions, use the wrong equipment, or try to do it yourself. There are some inherent limitations to this GoToWebinar platform that we're using to broadcast the webinar. Part of what we are going to be doing, or Brian's going to be doing later on in the webinar, is showing a few example videos. And I have pasted links to those videos in the chat area. So you can go and you can look at them yourself as well, either during or after the webinar. We are going to attempt to play them, just a little tiny excerpt of each of them, and they're all examples of great videos that Brian is going to give you some feedback on what could even be improved on them. There may be some screen lag though, and there may be some audio transmission issues in doing that. Once this webinar is over, probably later on this afternoon, it will be available on demand on the LawLytics website. And along with all of the video footage and the slides, there will also be links to all of these videos and others and other articles that Brian has done about videos for law firms. And without further delay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Brian.
Thank you, Dan. So the first question is, why does your law firm even need video? And so the answer is web users like video. They have notoriously short attention spans and make decisions quickly. When combined with quality content, video enhances your site by creating a personal touch. The issue is that video needs to be done well, or else it comes across as really cheesy. It also needs to be informative by quickly answering questions or discussing a specific topic without wasting time on unnecessary detours. Bad video and other multimedia content hurts you. Your potential clients don't want to wade through hours of poorly written video, and low production value cheapens your firm's image. Web consumers are getting smarter, and decisions are made quickly. You can't afford to lose potential business just because of bad multimedia. So what makes bad video? Poor writing, poor lighting, poor audio, location selection, and bad post-production can all make bad video. I'll go through these factors individually and address easy steps to address them. Start paying attention to these when viewing your own videos or those of other firms, and you'll find your own videos will benefit. I do want to say one thing about autoplay videos, and this is the only thing I'm going to say about them. They're tacky. Nothing is more annoying than have a video start playing without my input, and it can lead to a visitor immediately closing and leaving your site. So first off, writing. Don't write like a lawyer. I know it comes naturally to you because you do it every day. You speak the language, but your clients don't. Don't take a legal tone in your videos. The topic is serious, but you have to appear inviting. Clients need to see you as someone they want to trust with their case. Consider this when writing your scripts. Also, have non-lawyers outside of your office review them and give honest feedback. Second, you need to structure your videos and your scripts well. Get to the point immediately. People cannot be asking, "What's the point?" 15 seconds into your video, or they will stop watching. Identify the issue, briefly explain the law, and spend the majority of time of your video applying it to the real world. End with a simple conclusion. Third, keep it brief. Long videos are great if you have a captive audience. Unfortunately, the internet attention span is measured in seconds. Your videos should be between 2 to 4 minutes depending on the purpose and content. If a video absolutely has to be longer, break it up into logical sections. Determine your reading pace by recording practice scripts. For slower reads, you can expect 1 minute for every 100 words. Conversational pace can reach closer to 150 words per minute, but you have to test it for yourself. Also, use easy to say words. Some legal and non legal words are tongue twisters. If you're struggling to get through a sentence, rewrite it. Stumbling over words will draw visitors' attention away from the content. No one's going to judge you for using a shorter word, but they will notice when you struggle with one. And lastly, rehearse. Teleprompters are good, but memorizing your script is better. Nothing will sound more natural than having a script memorized. You can also use a teleprompter for guidance, but not everyone has access to one. Also, speaking off a script is a skill that takes practice. A memorized script will demonstrate that you are comfortable with the topic. Viewers will feel you are talking to them, which makes your firm look more inviting. The second topic is lighting. Lighting is a complex topic, but it's very clear when you see it done poorly. There's a lot you can do with lighting to create many effects. However, your lighting probably just needs to be balanced for your videos. This can be accomplished through a basic 3-point lighting setup. Your videos can go a long way with only these 3 lights: a key light, a fill light, and a backlight. With 3 lights, you can have a balanced lighting on your subject that will pop from the background. The key light is your main light. It should be placed in an angle from your subject, but the angle and strength of the key light will dictate how your lighting looks. Because of this, your key light will also be your most powerful light. Your fill light is a secondary light used to soften shadows on the subject created by the key light. It can be accomplished by using lights or a bounce to reflect lights back at the subject. It should be placed in an angle on the subject's opposite side. For example, if your key light's placed off to the subject's right, your fill will be then used to light the left. If using a light as your fill, it should be approximately half the power of the key, but again, this greatly varies depending on the effect you're going for. It can depend on the power of the key light, desired lighting effect, and even ambient conditions. The third light is a backlight. A backlight is used to separate your subject from the background. It should usually be placed in an angle, but playing with the backlight can create a number of interesting effects. A strong enough backlight will create a silhouette, and at certain angles, a backlight can create lens flare. You probably aren't going for either of these effects in your firm videos, though. Like lighting, bad audio is easy to recognize. You need the right microphone and environment to get quality audio. There are a few options. The best microphone for a talking head is a lav or a lapel mic. There are a lot of different options, but this type of mic clips on and is easy to conceal. They are good for picking up voices, but may also pick up some ambient noise depending on the microphone. A voice recording mic isn't good for talking head videos because they're big and usually require a pop filter to prevent air from certain sounds from popping on the microphone. This is especially true for the letter P. Shotgun microphones are good because they are very directional. This means they generally have very small sensitivity to the rear and side. So these are the kinds of microphones that are frequently used for TV or film recording. Don't use microphones that have a ball shape on the end. These are omnidirectional and they'll pick up all the noise, a lot of extra noise. So in short, most lawyer videos need lav or shotgun mics. There are really only 3 options for location, and each has positive and negatives. First, shooting in a studio on set is good because it allows for total control. You can limit noise, lighting, room acoustics, and the set itself. The downside is that you need studio access. You can also shoot in studio in front of a green screen, but this needs to be done well. It's very easy to do this poorly, and if done wrong, it looks extremely unprofessional. If you're shooting your own video and have no experience using a green screen, I would recommend against this. The third is on location. Usually this will be done somewhere in your firm's office. It's good because you can get interesting backgrounds and look comfortable. However, your office was not built for video recording. It may have a lot of ambient noise, uncontrollable echo, and weird lighting. So all of these negatives are controllable, but it really takes experience knowing how to do so. A few things to consider when choosing an on-location set are background distractions, noise, ambient background and lighting, and comfort. For example, I see a lot of attorney videos shot in front of or near an exposed window. And without proper indoor lighting, the outdoors is going to be blown out, resulting in large areas of very distracting highlights. Also want to talk about things you can add in post-production. One thing you can add are logo reveals. They're an opportunity to show branding, be consistent between videos, and they look really professional. Keep them concise and not too flashy. You don't want your viewers to be scared away before getting to your actual video. And above all, make sure the audio is balanced with the rest of your video. You don't want a extremely loud song not matching up with the rest of your video. So here's a quick logo reveal concept I did for our upcoming LawLytics University. It's short, has limited effects. I feel logo reveals are worth paying someone to do them well. If you're having videos done professionally, ask about either having one created from scratch, like ours was, or having one done from a template as a low cost alternative. Other things to consider are fixing lighting, balancing color, audio balancing, and adding transitions. Most of these are dependent on what editing platform is being used, and they could each use their own webinar. So keep an eye on our blog, the LawLytics blog, where I'll be posting tutorials for doing these on popular platforms. So now I'd like to review a few videos to apply some of these concepts. I chose these videos because I feel they all did things very well, but they still had a little bit of room for improvement. So we're going to try to share these now.
As soon as someone's placed under arrest, the most important thing is that individual gets in touch with an attorney as soon as possible. Someone's placed under arrest when the police indicate.
There's a few things that I really like about this video. It's well lit, the script is well written, the office looks really nice, the location is perfect. There's only two problems that I think could really be improved on to make this go from a good video to a great video. First off, the attorney is reading from a script. Like I said before, reading from a script is very hard, but it's very clear when you're doing so. He would look more confident if he wasn't reading from the script. And secondly, they didn't use a dedicated microphone. It doesn't sound like they did, at least. There's a lot of room noise, which creates a low quality audio.
I'm Ian Friedman, and I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I've often stood before juries, and I kind of point to the courtroom. And as I stand here today, I point around the courthouse and say that.
All right, I guess that video did not play properly, but we will fix that up when before we post it online later. But you can still get the sense that there was a lot of background noise and there was a lot of background echo. I love that video because it's a great location. Doing in the courthouse is very interesting. It's a nice old building. He addressed the microphone issues very well. He had a lav mic clipped to his tie, and the voice audio was very good. The voice audio was very good. The only problem was that they did not address the fact that there is a lot of echo and a lot of background noise in that courthouse.
Being arrested is a very traumatic, embarrassing, and humiliating experience which can affect every aspect of your life, including loss of freedom, your finances, your job, and the relationship.
So I love this video because, first off, I like the fact he has a very simple logo reveal. He's got nice music in the background. The audio is very balanced. The lighting's very balanced, and he sounds very it's well scripted. And he sounds very confident. But there's a very distracted, keyed green screen background going on in the background. I'm not sure if they shot it in front of a green screen or if they just took out the wall using the color of the wall. But it's very distracting, and I don't think it really adds anything to this video. So there was a lot of good stuff about this video, but I think adding that didn't really add anything to make it a great video.
I find it rewarding when a young person comes into my office and they've been charged with shoplifting or possession of marijuana, and their whole world seems to be falling apart because they need it. They need these cases off their record. They're going off to college. They're going to be looking.
So again, I really like this video. It's well lit. They have the nice clean gray background in the background. The attorney sounds confident. The script is very well written. The only issue that I have with this one is that the background music is way too loud. It makes it a little bit hard to understand him. And so that's a post-production issue that really needs to be addressed when you make a video, because if you can't hear the person speaking, then the music's not adding any effect. It's actually just distracting from an otherwise good video. So that's all I have for today. try to keep it very brief. But if you have any videos that you would like to send to me, I will gladly review them and go more in depth than we did here today. Give you some tips. My email is brian@lawlytics.com. This webinar, like Dan said, will be posted online today at lawlytics.com/webinars. And please join us next week for our next webinar, which will be on improving your law firm's tagline. It'll be at 10 a.m. Pacific time, Thursday, October 17th. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. This is Dan Jaffe, and I just wanted to add a couple postscript thoughts here. In talking with attorneys nearly daily, and being an attorney myself, and having gone through this competitive cycle where your competitors get something better than you, and you feel like you need to get something to match, or Google's not responding to the same old thing, so you need to add something new. There is a distinct push going on now towards getting law firm videos. And I know that Brian really drove this point home, but I want to reiterate how important it is not to just get any video. Don't shoot it yourself. Don't use your cell phone. Don't compromise for something that is of low production value. It is better to forego the video altogether than to have something that makes you look bad. And that includes a very common practice of shooting videos using your computer's webcam. Typically, the angle is not good there. It either looks like it's looking down on you or going up your nose. And we see far too many law firm videos that are shot like that. And so the net takeaway from my perspective is to just be really conscious and be really cautious about how you incorporate videos into your web presence. And like Brian said, if you have questions about videos either that you have or that you're planning, email him or call our office, 888-550-9959. And Brian will be happy to go over that with you. He truly has a lot of productive feedback that he can give on nearly every video. Thank you guys for attending, and we will look forward to seeing you next week.